What's up, sports tech world? Nick Lawson here. I just recorded the first episode of The Inches. Really excited what we dove into there a little bit, and maybe it was just me going on a rant by myself, but just a little breakdown. Really, there's three main things you got to look at. If you're a sports team, if you're a brand in general, but more specifically, if you're a sports team, you got to look at these three things. The first is that digital is here. In a stadium, no longer is in-stadium signage an acceptable or premier thing that you can offer to brands. Brands on the sponsorship side have so many other places to go for their advertising dollars. They have Facebook targeted ads. They have Facebook retargeting. They have Google ads. They have creating their own podcast, right? There's so much money and where it could go that sports sponsorship, unless you jump on that shift, will become one of the worst ways to advertise, which is crazy because sports are so exciting, so interactive. And if you're not making that shift, there's going to be a huge problem moving forward trying to sell sponsorship inventory. Sponsors are asking for it. We work with clients every day that have sponsors asking for it. And that's number one, is there's a shift and it's here. And you better know it. You better be able to be ready to do something about it. The second thing, this really important thing that I think is very interesting, is around 20% of the time in your stadium, fans are interacting and have their attention on this device that's in every one of their pockets, which is an iPhone or a smartphone. That device is taking 20% of the time away. And, you know, I've seen it firsthand. I've even recorded it, taking a span of the audience. When there's downtime, when there's TV timeouts, when there's halftime, when there's all of those things, fans are looking at their phone. They're not interacting with your scoreboard or your highlights most of the time. They're definitely not looking around at stadium signage. Maybe they're interacting with an in-game activation, whether it's a race or something like that. That's great. That's cool. Most of the time they're on their phones. If you don't see that, if you don't understand that, if you don't realize that that's where you need to capture it, you're missing it, right? This is where the attention is. This is where everything is right there on that phone. 20% of the time in your stadium. You got to be able to capture that. You got to be able to think of ways or come up with ways to engage on that phone and capture them. And really, the third thing in that entire part of it is the data capture, the data collection. What are you doing with that engagement? How are you capturing that and being able to re-engage with content? That is the key. That is everything. That is how you really turn this into a monetary thing that kicks up your revenue. So again, three things, and I dive in a little bit more on the podcast, but the three things is, first, there's a digital shift coming, and it's not coming, it's here. It's where the attention is. Number two is on the secondary side, your attention 20% of the time is on the phone in your stadium, in your own environment. You have to be able to capture that when engaging stuff. Third thing is, hey, let's go capture some information on your fans so you can better serve them, right? Not a thing where it's like, hey, capture information, spam them so you can better serve them. Hey, you're this person, you engage with this game and this activity. Let me kick you some content on that. Let me be able to engage you. So that's the third thing. That is all key for pushing in this new new digital world. It's what we see with our sponsors and our clients every day on that side. It is extremely vital to understand those three, and that is why we started the Inches podcast. Is to dive in, to bring in guests, to have people chat about it, to have us chat about it, to really understand that shift. So I'm really excited to get this thing going. I'll also be posting here on Anchor just to do some side stuff, some other things that we'll be posting around, but I'm really excited to get this going for you all. Would love for you guys to get behind it. If there's anybody out there who is in this space that's pushing, would love to have you on, interviewing you, and really push on that side. So till then, tuning out, Nick Lawson. Have a great day. Have a great evening.